All right, everybody, welcome back. We've got a few more top 100 safeties to get through here. Just a couple more guys who are likely to go in that top 3 round area. Again, focusing on free safeties for now. We will go back and do the strong safeties, but keep in mind those distinctions matter less than they typically do because of the defense that we're presumably running. So we've got Calen Bullock up here, and a lot of you guys are very familiar with him. He was a Pac-12 player. He was a very important part of that USC defense, and really maybe their only good player last year. So Calen Bullock, definitely an intriguing prospect in this draft. Every big board except for the Draft Network that I have found has him in the top 100. 21 years old when the season starts, 6'2", 188 pounds, so very lean. He's tall, but he doesn't have a lot of weight on his frame. We'll come back to that. 32.5-inch arms, 9-inch hands, 4.48 40, so pretty fast. Also good acceleration, 151. So he gets up to his top speed quickly. He can move. He can definitely putter. All the big boards had him somewhere in the second or third round. I think CBS was actually the only one that had him in the second. The database has him in the third. I think that's probably where he ends up going. Last year had a lot more tackles and a lot fewer plays on the ball, but over the last 2 years, he's been a really good ball hawk. 7 interceptions, 12 passes defensed, over 110 tackles, and PFF grades have been good. I think last year, not being able to play with any good players and having so much pressure on him turned his overall output down non-trivially. But still a good player, still a important part of a defense that needed every little bit of help they could get. He covers a ton of ground back there. As a deep safety, his speed and acceleration are used very well. He's really good at covering ground and providing that last line of defense. His change of direction skills are strong, which is going to help him in man coverage. That allows him to keep up with receivers running routes and tight ends running routes because he can change direction quickly. So he's not just a straight line athlete. He's a talented ball hawk who plays like the ball is his. When it's in the air, he plays it like it's meant for him. And when a receiver is trying to catch the ball in front of him, he hits hard and he hits aggressively to jar the ball loose. So it's not just interceptions. He's also breaking up passes with the force of his impact. So you can see that he is capable of playing physically, even though he is a little bit of a smaller guy, a little bit leaner. And you do wonder how that's going to play at the NFL level. I do think he can be tricked a little too easily. He bites hard on eye candy sometimes. Sometimes you can suck him in with play action. He can fall for misdirection and end up well out of position to make a play on the ball. He doesn't read routes and he doesn't read plays as much as you would like. He's got pretty good instincts, but I don't feel like he's very good at like diagnosing the play and getting out in front of it. He struggles in run support as well. He's not very decisive with his trigger. He's not very decisive with going to the wash to go make a play on the ball carrier. A little bit passive in that regard. He's not a good tackler, really. And he's somewhat physically weak overall. He's capable of playing physically when he's making a hit on a receiver, but when it comes to making a tackle, it's not so great, and I don't know if it's going to get better because he is a smaller guy. Now, he's only 21, so that part of the equation applies as well, but I am wondering if a guy like Calen Bullock is going to be able to do the things that you would like a safety to do in the Mike McDonald defense. So I think Calen Bullock's going to be a very good deep safety in this league. I think he's going to be like a Quandre Diggs. I think he's going to be one of those guys who can patrol deep and take the ball away and provide the last line of defense against the deep ball. I think he can do a lot of single high safety stuff, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. I don't think he's going to fit in very well here in Seattle with the defense we're trying to build with Mike McDonald. So he's certainly worth a third round pick to a team that needs a player like this. I don't think he would fit in Seattle, though. I don't think he's going to be able to do the box safety stuff. I don't think he's triggering fast enough when he's going downhill. I will say he is a younger player. He is another guy who could improve, but I think it's less likely with him than a guy like Bullock or a guy like Kinchins because he's just so lean. He's probably he could bulk up a little bit, but then does he sacrifice his speed, which is what you really don't want to do because his range deep is what makes him special. Okay, so one more top 100 safety, Cole Bishop. I think he's going to go in the top 100, although it is a matter of debate. Utah safety, could not find his age. I do think he's a little bit older, but Cole Bishop, 6'2", 206 pounds, so good size, but very short arms. 29 and 3/4. That's concerning. That could be a problem when he's trying to come up to make tackles. That could be an issue. 9.5-inch hands, so his arms are just kind of oddly proportioned to the rest of his body, I guess. But he killed the combine, man. He had a great 40 time, 4.45, 1.52 10-yard split's really good. 39-inch vert, 10-foot 4-inch broad is good too. He had a great combine. He's a great athlete. So he definitely brought some positive things in. Tankathon and ESPN have him in the third. PFF, CBS, and Walter Football have him in the fourth. Database has him in the third. So I think that he will probably go in the third because he had a good combine. And I think some of these other big boards are a little bit slow to catch up on that. But I do think he ends up creeping up into the third. Production over the last 2 years has been good. It was higher in 2022. That is worth noting. He over the last 2 years, he's got about 143 tackles, 12.5 for loss, 4.5 sacks, 3 picks, 7 passes defensed, a forced fumble. PFF grades have been good, pretty good, not stellar. Last year, he took a big step back in that regard, but still quality player. So Cole Bishop, he's definitely got the size to work as a box safety at the NFL level. 6'2", 206 pounds is good, especially in the modern NFL. He's got great speed and acceleration. You can see it in his testing numbers. You can see it on the tape. He hits hard. He works through the wash to find the ball carrier really well. He maneuvers through traffic, finds his way through and gets to the ball. Holds up well in man coverage. Physical, aggressive in coverage, in man coverage on tight ends and even receivers a little bit. He's got a high motor with maximum effort at all times. And he is a good athlete. So there's a lot of stuff that's great about Cole Bishop. Now, I do think the short arms are maybe critically short. 29 and 3/4, that's going to make it really hard to tackle at the next level. It just is. I think he can be overly aggressive sometimes. He'll overrun the play. He'll get tunnel vision on chasing the ball carrier down and not see where the play's going. He'll get fooled by misdirection. He'll get fooled by cutbacks. And he'll just kind of end up out of the play sometimes because he's too aggressive. His high motor betrays him at times. He bites down quickly on stuff he sees in coverage. And sometimes that allows him to make a great play, but a lot of the time it also leads to him getting beat over the top because he bit too hard. So he's not a great deep safety. He's going to have to temper that enthusiasm a little bit. But I like most of Cole Bishop personally. The arm length is a problem, but I'm willing to take a little bit of a gamble that it's not a critical problem. His production is great. His level of effort is great. His playmaking has been really good the last couple years. So if I need to take a third-round pick on him, I would probably be willing to do it. His big problem to me is just the aggressiveness that he plays with, and that's something that can be fixed, I think. That's something that can be coached out. That's something that can be honed into something more productive. Like his him getting beat over the top is mostly because he's over eager. His tunnel vision is something that can be coached out of him. You'll never be able to coach the short arms out of him, but this other stuff I think can be fixed. So I would say third round on Cole Bishop. I do think he's a top 100 player in this class. All right, that's it for top 100 safeties. Let me know what you think down below about this crew. And tomorrow we will be bumping down to the free safeties in likely day 3. So I'll see you guys soon. Go Hawks. Another video, one more video at least coming out later today. See you guys then. And thank you for watching. Go Hawks.